All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 640 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And the Atlanta Falcons have a game on Friday. And so, just to let you guys know, the game is at 7 p.m. Eastern. I won't be doing a show. Well, no, I take that back. I'm going to do a show like I normally do. And I'm just gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on the parts that I see, because the most important thing that you really want to see is how the first string is doing. And I think the first string is going to play between the time I have the show up. So I will have a show up like I normally do, 9 p.m. Eastern, so you guys can check that out. But I am going to watch the game, so that's going to be it's going to be a pretty awesome Friday, I will say. With that being said, if this is your first time, welcome. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble, also on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google Podcasts. Look, I'm going to let you guys know my expectations of this, this game. What do I want to see out of the Falcons? What do I want to see them do? What these guys can accomplish in their very first game together, because a lot of moving and shaking has happened. A lot of things have been going on when it comes to this team. And it is going to be really interesting to see what is going on with this team and how they're going to continue to move forward within this season. So it's going to be really cool. If you want to check out any of my other content that don't really make it to the show, it's going to be on X. It's basically my tweets or whatever, or my posts now on X at VF Baller. My website also is firstandframerates.com. It's just been a pretty cool week, to be honest. Not much has been going on. It's been pretty smooth sailing, and I just been looking forward to Friday, and really want to know what this team is going to look like. I think probably like the first 2 or 3 series, we're probably going to see our first string players. So my expectations is very simple. I want to see these guys execute. I don't want to see. I mean, there's going to be some rustiness. Some things just not going to go right. Some jitters are going to be out there. But I want to see these guys go out there and just give it their all and execute the game plan like they've been, studying for the past, 7 months. For some people, for a couple of years now. And it's just going to be, that plain and simple. I want to see Desmond Ridder continue to play as sharp as he has been for the past few weeks. I just did an episode on Desmond Ridder about how Arthur Smith is loving the fact that he's catching on to things. I want to see Tyler Algier take that, his running game to the next level. I really want to see the trenches, what they're going to do. Offensive line, I'm not too worried about, but the defensive line, with them being together, like a lot of those guys are going to be playing together for the first time. I want to see how well they're doing, because a lot of people saying during training camp and this joint practice, they look like some monsters on that defensive line. Probably going to be giving the offensive line of the Dolphins pure hell, and I'm for that. I'm not against that as well. We haven't had a pass rush in a long time, guys. I mean, I think the last time we really had one, you can think back the John Abraham days. So it's been a while. So I really want to see these guys get at the quarterback. The secondary may be a little bit over their head, first string versus first string, especially with Jeff Okudah going down. We're going to see if anybody can step up and make a name for themselves. But you're going up against Waddle and Tyreek Hill. It's going to be an uphill battle. But I think if the front seven can get pressure on Tua, it could cause problems for the passing game. And even though Jeff Okudah is not going to be playing, like I said, they're probably going to be playing maybe like 3 or 4 series at the most. But you want to see what those guys can do one-on-one against each other. And with that being said, you want to see if the secondary can catch up with those guys. And it's not going to be easy. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, those guys are no joke. But watching to see what that secondary do is probably going to be the most intriguing thing, because as a passing league, the secondary is a little hobbled a little bit. Not only with Jeff Okudah, I think Clark Phillips is not going to be playing either. So they're going to be hobbled just to see what they look like Clark Phillips is more likely going to be back by the season beginning, but you still don't want to put him out there too tough throughout the preseason. You want him available for the regular season. So, defensively, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I just basically, hopefully, I put it out there for you guys that I want to see some good pass rushing. I want to see some coverage against this potent these potent receivers. As far as the offense goes, like I said, I don't have a problem with the offensive line. I think the offensive line is actually better than advertised. Desmond Ridder is going to have to show me something. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be pure flash or some elite play. He just needs to show me something. Show me that you are competent. You know what you're doing. You've been learning the playbook and you look sharp. You don't have to go out there and try to be an elite quarterback. Just play good football, good decision making football. If the read's not there, go to your progression. Throw the ball out of bounds if you have to. Don't force anything. Make good throws. Make sure you can throw a receiver open when need be. Those type of things. It's just simple things. Because I think the rest of the team is going to take care of him. I want to see some receivers get open. After what I'm hearing, I mean, Xavier Howard for the Dolphins act like he don't know what's going on, but it looks like that. It looks like we can get that secondary. Look like we can get that, and with the team that we have, the secondary that we have is going to be not the secondary. I'm sorry, the receivers that we have, the tight ends that we have, even with the guys who can catch out the backfield, it's going to be pretty easy to get over on a lot of defenses. I didn't even talk about the tight ends. Jonnu Smith and Fitzpatrick and Kyle Pitts. Obviously, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare for a lot of guys in the secondary. So Desmond Ridder have a lot of targets. This is another reason why I say he shouldn't have to force anything. Now you have London, Holland, Scotty Miller, Penny Hart, and you got a lot of guys out there. So these first 2, 3, maybe 4 series, honestly, I want to see them at least get into the red zone. They don't necessarily have to score, which I would love to see them score, but I want to see them know that they can drive the ball. Get into the red zone, and, if you get a field goal, cool. If you get a touchdown, even better. But it's the first game of the preseason. I don't expect, you guys to just go out there and just super duper execute on everything, have everything on all cylinders. But it would be absolutely great if they were able to do that. So that will be fantastic. Any other things I can think of? It's going to be interesting to see what the secondary is going to look like. I think, especially with the punt return, kick returns. We're missing our kick returner. He went down for the year. So that'll be interesting to see. Want to know how much time Bijan Robinson is going to get, how much playing time he's going to get. Because he's third string, and I'm pretty sure that Coach Arthur Smith don't want to put him out there too much. Because like I said, Coach Arthur Smith, he got to curtail his rookies he scale them back a little bit so they can learn the game from the sidelines first, then show their talent based on what they've learned and use the talent. And it just makes you a better player. And like I said, you will probably see this with Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder sat on the sideline a lot, and you're going to see what he can learn throughout, not just this preseason game, but throughout the season. So obviously don't want any injuries, don't want anything crazy to go on like that. But you want to see guys go out there and play hard, play tough, and just be safe and execute at the highest level. I would love to see these guys to put up at least 4 touchdowns. That would be absolutely awesome. And then people may like 4 touchdowns, that's a lot. Yeah, it is. But when you got a high-powered offense like you do, and even with the backups coming in, I would like to see these guys try to put up at least 4 touchdowns. 28 points isn't bad. So I would like to see that. So I don't have too much else, to talk about when it comes to expectations. I think I laid it out there pretty good. It's just that it's not much to really hang your hat on when you say, what is there to see? Is there any individual players I like to see? Not really. I don't have one individual player that I would like to say, hey, I want to see this guy step his game up. I mean, even with some of the undrafted guys, I think the one that may stand out, maybe Penny Hart. I want to see him do something. Slade Bolden is another receiver. I would like to see Hellmans get in the game a little bit. I want to see Hellmans play, the safety from Alabama. I would now that's probably one person I can actually say I want to see, do some things. I also got a feeling that Jalen Mayfield may get some playing time as well. To see if he gets if right tackle is his spot. That he'll be a solid backup for Caleb McGarry. But we'll see how that plays out. You want to see if Bijan Robinson's going to break a play. That's something that you may want to look into. Do we get to see some of the chemistry of Drake London and Desmond Ridder? Do you get to see that? Like I said, there's going to be limited play, so I don't really know. So, like I said, if it is going to be anything, I just want to see those guys execute the first few. I want to see them execute the first few times on the on the drives, first few series, and some of the backups, or some guys who are trying to make the team, guys who stand out. Like I said, Penny Hart is one. I like to see him try to do some things. Hellman's was a 7th round pick. Duke could be absolute steal, and like to see him go around in the secondary as well. So it is a few guys, not much. Obviously you want to see Bijan Robinson in that, but it's not much. I think this team is complete enough to you don't have to hang your hat on the success of one person, or a few guys. I think they've done enough moves this offseason where collectively you just want to see these guys play in a cohesive and like I'll say we want to see them play like a well-oiled machine. You don't need to really necessarily stand out anybody. Everybody just be on a collective, playing tough, playing hard, and executing, and that's where they'll be able to succeed. That's in my opinion. But like I said, if you had to pick some guys, I would like to see Penny Hart, Hellman's. I'm not even against watching Bergeron to see if he gets some playing time, but we'll see. I'm going to get up out of here. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Not much here, guys, as far as expectations. I just want them to be simple. I want them to execute, get in a red zone, score about 24, 28 points, preferably 28. Show me that you guys can move the ball and play some defense. I already named the guys that I expect that I want to see do good. But collectively, I want to see this team on point. If you want to listen to this podcast, I am on YouTube and Rumble, also on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google Podcasts. And I can be found on X at VF Baller. And also the website is firstandframerace.com. That's pretty much it. You guys take it easy and get up out of here. You guys take it easy and you guys be blessed. All right, y'all. Peace.